Hey everyone, welcome to today's Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. My name is Nate Carter, and in our devotional today, it's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. Why do I feel fine? Because Jesus has given us everything that we need to know in this section of Mark 13 in order to be ready. Now, as we dig in here, I have to admit that when I first realized it was my day to do the devotional and it was on end times or eschatology, I was a little bit disappointed, a little bit kind of freaked out because I'm not an expert on end times. That's probably my weakest point theologically. But actually, I think that's a good thing because I think that if we read this and take what Jesus has to say to us, um, it gives us everything we need to know, and we don't have to get so focused in on the details of the when and the how, and um, because Jesus gives us just what we need to know. Now, read this on your own. We can't hit everything, and I encourage you to read it alongside with a study Bible or something to help you understand a little bit of what Jesus is saying, kind of in between the lines here. But let's just start with verse 3. Jesus says, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately." So Jesus is saying, first of all, as we think about the end times, don't be misled. Jesus isn't going to just sneak in the side door and say, "Look, I'm here. Come follow me." It's not going to be, you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. Guys, there's wars going on right now. Are you panicking? Jesus tells you, he commands you, don't panic. Let's keep reading. When these things happen, I'm on verse 9. When these things begin to happen, watch out. You will be handed over to the local councils and beaten in the synagogues. Oh, great. You will stand trials before governors and kings because you are my followers. Great. But this will be your opportunity to tell them about me. For the good news must first be preached to all nations. We just studied that over the last month in worship. But when you are arrested and stand trial, don't worry in advance about what to say. Just say what God tells you at that time, for it is not you who will be speaking, but the Holy Spirit. Now, as I read those first couple lines, I was like, great, so we're gonna be persecuted. Like, sounds like a reason to panic. Sounds like a reason to be worried. But as I got to thinking about that, I was like, why like try to get out of town and miss the whole thing? Why not be in the midst of it when the Holy Spirit takes over you and uses you to share the gospel with those who need to hear it? I mean, don't you want to be like in the game, part of the team, the team that you already know is going to win and be part of the fight? I mean, yes, let's get in there. Let's not worry, let's not panic, let's not flee, let's not run. Let's let the Lord use us and look forward to the way he speaks through us and uses us for the advancement of the kingdom. Look further on down now here in verse 26. Then everyone will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds with great power and glory. Remember how I said the Messiah is not going to just sneak in the side door. It's going to be abundantly clear. I was trying to think of a good metaphor for this. I mean, it's kind of like, how do you know when you've been like electrocuted? Like, you just know. It's not just something that just kind of accidentally happens and you're wondering, did I just get shocked? No, you know when your finger goes into the electrical socket or whatever. In the same way, it's going to be abundantly clear. I guess this way, in a good way. Maybe there's a bad metaphor. It's going to be great when Jesus shows up for those of us that are following him. But just don't be misled by those that may say, "Look, the Messiah is over there. I think I see him hiding behind that rock." That's not how Jesus is going to come back. It's going to be abundantly clear. So again, don't worry. Don't panic. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. Verse 32. However, no one knows the day or the hour when these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or even the Son himself. Only the fathers know. Verse 35. You must keep watch, for you don't know when the master of the household will return. I read in my study Bible that when it comes to believers in the end times, we're not supposed to be focused on calculation, but preparation. Our focus shouldn't be trying to calculate when the end times will come, but rather preparation, to prepare our hearts, to prepare our eyes, to prepare our wills, to be ready for when Jesus comes. Jesus commands us not to try to figure out, not to guess when the day or the hour is going to be, but rather to keep watch, to be ready. Because for those of us that follow Jesus, it's going to be the beginning of the end, and it's going to be great news. It's going to be Jesus returning and ransoming his church. So let's stand strong, stand courageous. Let's not be afraid. Let's not panic. Let's not worry, but let's keep watch and let's be prepared because that day is going to be great. See you soon, friends.